Was crypto just a dream? Crypto is by far the biggest fucking mistake of my life. Just sold it all, RIP. These are the types of messages we are now seeing all over Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. And you can't blame people. People are sick of just a down market and they are jumping out with significant losses. Where has the bear finally won? Where is the Bitcoin bull run that we were all told was coming? Is it just heading for a complete crash? These are the questions that I have been getting, guys, and I said I would do a very quick live stream just to talk about them, give my personal opinion, on this and what I am personally doing. This video here sums it up. For me, this is my strategy in this current situation, and I will explain it. I talk through my reasoning for it, and you guys just make up your own mind. Look, everybody has to decide for themselves what they're going to do, because look, everyone's situations are different. Everyone is in a different circumstance. I still think cryptocurrency has a huge future. Yes, it is not coming as quick as the majority of us would have liked, or in some cases some people needed. Unfortunately, people put a lot of money in that they didn't actually have to lose, and them kind of people are bailing out now. I see people with 60, 70, 80, even 90% losses just throwing in the towel now and pulling out of everything, just running away from it. To me personally, I have some bags, I have some altcoins that are down 70, 80%. The huge majority of my own personal portfolio is in Bitcoin. I do still own some altcoins, and some of them are down 70, 80%. And the reason I haven't sold them off is because, to be honest, it's not even worth selling them off for that 10, 20%. I would rather just leave them there, see what happens with them, take the chance on them, because look, I do think some altcoins will go well. We will see some of them going up. What are we saying? There's an audio problem, serious feedback and lag. Is the audio okay now? I see some people in the chat. Let me know if the audio is working okay now. I think it should be. Let me check. A few drop frames there a few seconds ago, but I think we should be okay now. Let me know anyhow. So look, I do think that some altcoins will come good. But to be honest, I would say 95, 98% of altcoins that we see out there today will disappear or will be worth basically zero by this time next year, definitely by 2 years' time. There will be lots of new ones will come up and go down in between that time, but very few coins will actually live long term. So unless you truly believe in any of the coins that you're holding, then it is time to consider your portfolio. Look, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing my thoughts on it. So you guys do what you want. Always do your own research. But look, I would say that a huge majority of what we see on CoinMarketCap right now is going to disappear. Let's refresh and just get the latest. So look, it's saying 1,845. We could still have that number of coins this time next year or in 2 years' time. But I think that it will look a hell of a lot different than it looks now. A lot of these names that you see here will not be here, or the price of these coins will not be the same. I still think Bitcoin is going to go way up. Putting a time frame on it now, look, I've tried to put time frames on it. I still see people putting predictions on it that it's going to happen next week at 5 o'clock on Monday, or it's going to happen in September, October, November. The honest truth is nobody can put a time frame on when Bitcoin is going to go up, because there are so many moving factors. There is so much opportunity out there for manipulation. I'll talk about a few things now that we could potentially see happening, but any time frames that are put on it, I would say take with a pinch of salt, because there are no guarantees in any of it, and we just don't know when it's going to happen. I personally believe Bitcoin is going to go up. I think some of the other top altcoins will come back from where they have. Look, we've seen some nice gains today, but if you look against Bitcoin, even some of the altcoins that have severely bled, some of these bled 20, 30, 40% over the last 7 days. They're starting to make a little bit of a comeback, but even with the ETF, people talk about the ETF will save Bitcoin and everything like this. Yes, to a certain degree, it will do a lot for Bitcoin if we get, or cryptocurrency, it'll do a lot for it if it gets approved, but all of that money is going to funnel into Bitcoin first. So any coins you are holding, I think Bitcoin, personally for me, Bitcoin is by far the biggest part of my portfolio, and that's what I tell people as well, anyone that's asking me in chat groups or emails or anything. I think Bitcoin is where you need to hold a substantial amount of your portfolio, because that's where the money will hit first. If these big institutions are allowed to buy in, then their money will flow into Bitcoin. Some of that will then maybe flow out into other altcoins, but it will come to Bitcoin first. And we can see in, I think my last video, which was over a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I mentioned that dominance was only going to grow. I said it would break 50%. I think it was only 47 at the time. We see it's already up to 53%. It was at 54% yesterday, I think, when we've seen some slight gains in Bitcoin. Some people might have put it back into altcoins, but this can go up even further. I think as more money comes in, Bitcoin is going to be the safe haven. If you look back at any of the big bull runs that we've had previously, people have went back. If we look back here, this is back in that's January 17. Where do we want? Back here, when we had the big bull runs in December, Bitcoin was up to 65% of the market cap. Then we came out of it. It all went into altcoins. Things started to go to shit a bit, and we went back to Bitcoin. Again, people were expecting big altcoin runs. Didn't really happen, and now people are going back to the safety of Bitcoin. So on the title of the video, for people just coming on now, I'm not selling my Bitcoin. Personally, I have put away a certain amount of my portfolio that I can't even touch, just in case there was ever temptation, because that is there for a year, 2 years time, and then we'll look at it. Yes, I have some that I play with in the markets that I try and look for some bargains, but again, it's a small percentage. Day to day at the minute, I am not really buying much at all. I bought up a few cheap masternode coins in the last week. I will have some videos on that soon. A lot of the ones that I bought have even tanked since I bought them. It is an extremely volatile area, masternodes. There's a lot of scams in it. There's a lot of decent coins there, but there's also hundreds of them that are pure shit coins, that they are doing nothing different. Nothing is going to come of them. They're just pump and dump coins with huge pre-mines. I'll do some videos on that because I know some people are interested in it. Indian Techie added Polymath. I actually gave up on my Polymath. I had Polymath from back in May, and I finally gave up on it 3 or 4 days ago. I sold it, and it did have a big drop even after I sold it. It's probably at some bit of a comeback yet, but I did give up on Polymath. That's not saying it's not going to rise. Hopefully it does. They do have some good technology there and good ideas of where they're going. That's why I had bought it. BTC is the end of an era. I don't think it's over yet. Link is the biggest shitcoin. Haven't heard of Link. But yeah, there's a lot of shitcoins out there. I think BTC has, yes, we've had some serious corrections, and the bull runs didn't come when we thought they would, but I still think Bitcoin, whether it's this year or next year or what it is, it's still a 20, 30, 40, 50k coin potentially, because people will give up on the other altcoins that are going absolutely nowhere and will flow back to Bitcoin. There are some altcoins that will come very good. ICOs have nearly completely vanished at the minute. We're not seeing many at all. There are still some happening. I was surprised to see some stats yesterday about ICO raises in July, and there was still some big numbers there, but they are not coming out in the public as much because people don't want to put their funds in. John McAfee wants his money back. BTC will never die. If people want money, and that's what humans want, money. Yep. I don't think it'll die. John McAfee wants his money back. Yeah, he probably does. I see he became the CEO of Luxcoin. They're doing a decentralized exchange. And I think they got a small pump when he became CEO. I'm not sure where they went to since. That's not the video for looking up about him, but we'll see where it goes. John, interesting character, funny guy to follow. His Bitfee wallet, there's a lot of controversy over it. People saying that they've hacked it. They claimed it was an unhackable wallet, and it's come out that it has been hacked now. So then the company comes back and says it hasn't. I don't know if anyone has actually got the funds on the wallet. People have started playing games on it and all this kind of stuff, which is cool, but any programmer, well, any experienced programmer could probably do that. But to actually get the funds, that is the important part. I know those new claims yesterday or the day before that they did get the funds. I haven't seen clarification on that, but if it has, then yes, it has been hacked. And to me, that is the only time it is hacked. ETF is never going to happen. I think it will happen. I don't know if it's going to happen by the end of September. They have a timeline. They can keep pushing it out. I think until next February is the latest, something like that. They can keep putting in different delays. I need to look back at the timeline on that. I do have it saved somewhere, but it can go right the way back until into next year. This particular ETF, the CBOE one, but I do think we will have an ETF at some stage. Maybe the market needs to stabilize a bit more. And they have, yeah, look, the big guys all have patience. The big guys are going to be there they're watching the markets, they're manipulating it, bringing it down, and until they can get the volume or the price that they actually want. Personally, it is going up in my opinion. It just depends when. There is an interesting thing happening at the minute. I seen a video this morning talking about this, and this here is all the shorts on BTC USD. These are on Bitfinex, and then this is your, sorry, that's Ethereum. This should be Bitcoin. BTC, and we'll go with Coinbase. So this is your Bitcoin chart. This is a daily chart, and then this is the volumes of shorts. So you can see we are nearly approaching an all-time high for the volume of shorts on Bitcoin at the minute. And the last time this happened, we got a big candle here. The price of Bitcoin spiked on this. And this is where the shorts were all squeezed. What happens is the shorts come to a certain price level. And if Bitcoin can push up through a certain level, then what happens is a lot of the shorts start getting liquidated. Or the people who have the shorts in, they go and they start buying back before they get liquidated out of their position. And what this can do is this can really spike the price, because people's shorts start getting liquidated or they start buying in. Either way, it relieves the pressure on the price and starts pushing right up through. So in the next day or two, we'll probably see this we'll see some red candles in this. The volume of shorts will start to pull down. Hopefully it will put a spike on the Bitcoin price. There is no guarantees on it, but it is something that could happen. Bear market will last another 5 to 6 months. They have the control, we have the patience. Let's have to watch Polymath live webinar about their Rover mainnet release. Didn't see anything on that yet. Who knows, I might get back into Polymath yet. Patience is definitely something that is needed here. Personally, I would rather go back to working my 9-to-5 job so I wouldn't have to sell my cryptocurrency. That is the mindset that I have. It's not going to happen either. I'm going to do other things. I'm still trading some cryptocurrencies, but rather than sell them off at this particular time, I would rather go back to the 9-to-5, which I'll never rule out, but for now, I'm going on 2 years that I haven't had to do that. Big players trying to get out without crashing the market. They'll keep dragging people. Yeah, there's a lot of manipulation. There is some big guys that are trying to get money out, but I think a lot of the bigger guys are trying to get in as well, trying to get in at lower prices because they're looking at long term. And long term is going to be an upward market, I think. that's really it. I've started to rant a bit more than I meant to, but I was getting a lot of questions on what am I personally doing? Am I holding? Am I gone just because I hadn't done a video in 10 days or 2 weeks or something like that? And my position is I'm holding, picking up some small cheap coins, but overall holding the majority of Bitcoin that I can to see what happens and see where it's all gonna go. So I think patience is the name of the game here. Again, everyone needs to evaluate their own situation. Right now, I wouldn't be putting in money that you cannot afford to lose. At any stage, I wouldn't, especially now because you don't know how long it's going to take for things to go up. And I could be completely wrong. The market could go down, but I do feel we are going to go up. So guys, I will get back to doing more videos, more content. The markets have just been shit. There hasn't been all that much to talk about, and I did plan on doing videos different days and just never got on because the motivation just wasn't fully there when you look at what's going on. One site, if you're not using it for cryptocurrency news, is cryptopanic.com. It's one I started using and I really like it. I'm just using the free version. There is a pro version as well, but it's kind of what's the word? It brings all the different feeds together from all different news outlets. You see people go in and vote on them, whether they're bullish, bearish, warnings, whatever they are. So you can go in and you can filter on the different types of news as well. Good site to get an overview of what's going on in the markets, and one that I basically use on a daily basis. As well, I did mention before that I was putting together another blog. This is it. It's not live yet. It will be in about another week. I've started to pull over some of my cryptocurrency content from my old trading blog, brought over some of the videos, some of the content, and this is going to be my go-to place for putting up my content. I will have tutorials. There will be different sections. I want to do a section on masternodes. I know there's a lot of interest in it, but there's a lot of dangers in it too, so I will be highlighting all of them. I want to put together some basic courses. They'll all be free courses anyway, but that will be coming out in the next week, and I'm kind of settled on the name Deep Dive Crypto, but not just 100% yet, so that's why it hasn't gone fully live yet. That's really it, guys. Thanks for watching. Give the video a like if you got any value at all, and let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. Anyone watching the replay, let me know your thoughts. Hit that subscribe button if this is the first of my videos you've seen, and I will chat to you guys soon. Thanks for watching.